What is up, everybody? It's Steve here today, and we have to talk about our favorite Sony fanboy gaming journalist once again. He is back at it again, trashing Xbox as usual. And like I said before previously, everybody understands that Xbox has a pretty slow year for first-party content, but people, we're not gonna sleep on act like games have just not been dropping on Game Pass. That's been highly rated games. So like I said before in my previous videos, I praised As Dusk Falls a lot. That game was really fun. I really enjoyed that game, which a lot of people slept on. They just a game just released on Game Pass today or yesterday called, what was that game called? Immortality. This game just released on Game Pass on Xbox, and it got a 94. A game came out of nowhere, got a really highly rated game that's on Xbox right now. So, and I believe Scorn is coming out this year as well. Another probably some more. I think probably, I don't know, a Forza game is probably coming out this year, but I mean, this is a slow drip, but there are games coming out this year. And even Pentiment, that game people trash Pentiment. They think that game is going to be trash because of the graphics. That game might score high as well, too. So, but let's adjust this guy's point. He says, my 2022 backlog, AAA backlog for PS5 is Horizon Forbidden West, Gran Turismo 7, Last of Us Part 1 Remake, and God of War Ragnarok. Okay, so out of this list, the only ones I'm actually interested in the games he named is God of War Ragnarok and Horizon Forbidden West. I'm somewhat interested in Forbidden West. The rest of these I can really care for. Last of Us Part 1 Remake, I can wait till that game was like 20 or 30 bucks to be honest before I play that game. Then he says the 2022 AAA backlog for Xbox crickets. So there's like no games on Xbox you want to play, my guy. like what are we doing here? Like I said before, there's been plenty of great, highly rated games coming on Xbox. That was pretty much console exclusive to Xbox. So it's just ridiculous. He says, still boggles the mind when you think about it. Gaming is about having games to play. Yet there's plenty of games on Xbox. Like you can still play the various amounts of multiplayer that's on both consoles. But I guess you just ignore those and just talk about exclusives, right? He says it's year 3 in the console cycle. Okay. I don't know if is it year 3 or year 2? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's not year 3, but I'll take his word for it. But it's just ridiculous. Like, these libraries share most of the same library. So few exclusives which differ beyond a year. We know why Microsoft delayed their games, because their games need to be polished. And it just makes no sense. It's like they're going to get blamed either way. They're going to get blamed if the game's released and are half-baked, or they're going to get blamed if they delay the games so they're going to be more polished. So, and the games they're making, Redfall and Starfield, which got delayed, they both look amazing. They both look like they're gonna be amazing games that's coming out. So it's just like, sure, you get like a year to say Xbox had no games really this year, but next year you know the games are coming. So it's just stupid to go with that narrative because you know the games are coming next year. So I was like, how much longer can they really push this narrative that the Xbox just has no games once again? How much longer can you keep pushing that narrative? Like, how much really? Because you know you got Xbox has all these studios. The games are going to come out here, people. The games are coming out, but they want to keep pushing this narrative. And it's even worse because this guy's an actual journalist, which makes it worse. He's not the average fanboy. He's actually a journalist. So that makes it 10 times worse, but let's see what people got to say about this. Okay, apparently he doubled down and says, I would gladly pay $70 each for banger after banger. Gaming is the best bang for the buck deal in modern entertainment. It's not even close. Yeah. Paying $70 for a game you played twice already. That's the greatest deal ever. It seems like Xbox built this amazing platform and forgot to put anything on it. Yeah, there's not hundreds of games that comes out on Xbox a year, but you know, we only count exclusives, I guess. As Dusk Fall, Grounded next month, Pentiment. Not all games have to be AAA games. Games are games. People are going to play anything. I will laugh if Grounded Square is better than all these games. Yeah, Grounded is what do you call those type of games? Or those type of a cult classic. Like a lot of people rock with that game. So it's probably going to score really well when the full game comes out. It's probably going to have a great score for that game. So, where is the same energy when these games got delayed? Yeah, most of the PlayStation games that came out this year were games that were delayed from previous years. Some of these games they probably could have came out, but they kept getting delayed. So the same energy wasn't there when the PlayStation games were delayed as well. Horizon Forbidden West is meh. I keep hearing that game is just average. So I don't know. I haven't played the game yet. Like I've been waiting for a price drop for that game for to play it. To be honest, because that game definitely looks like it's worth $70 to me. But I'll check it out when it's a lot cheaper. I'm not in a rush to play a lot of these games. It's like I got a huge backlog already. GT7 is trash. I beat Last of Us like 4 times. Like I did kind of beat Last of Us 2 times already, so I just don't see the appeal to play that game again for a 3rd time. God of War looks awesome. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same agreement. I kind of like the only game I'm looking forward to really at this list is God of War, Ragnarok. That's about it. Not much of a backlog if you ask me. Just my opinion. Nintendo has been great as well, with Splatoon 3 and Bayonetta 3 releasing this year. Okay. Thank you for keeping it consistent. Is that like sarcasm? This guy is definitely not keeping it consistent. unless the consistency you mean is hating on Xbox, then sure. The toxicity. Xbox is still getting day one Game Pass bangers. Yeah, there's a lot of great games on Game Pass, but they want to keep ignoring it if it's not first party. If it's not a first party game or a AAA game, which is kind of sad actually. Like people really need to expand their horizons besides just playing AAA games, AAA big budget games. At the end of the day, it's like okay. Let's see. So according to Mr. Kim, a game can only be considered as a game if it's console exclusive. If it isn't one, then it cannot be considered a game. And then this guy has audacity to call himself a journalist. Yeah. Man already played every single game on Game Pass? That is commitment. Probably not. This guy probably didn't play. He probably don't even play Game Pass, but just trash it on a consistent basis. Horizon Forbidden West, Gran Turismo 7, and God of War Ragnarok had original release dates for 2021, delayed to 2022. Yeah, these games were supposed to come out previously, but they got delayed as well. Starfield, Redfall, Stalker 2, and Ark had original release dates for 2022, delayed to 2023. Especially Stalker 2. Like, people actually have to deal with, like, an actual war situation, so it's understandable why that game got delayed. So it's like, are we really punishing these people for stuff they can't control? Like, an actual, like, war situation? It's like, blame Xbox for not having games, but it's like, that game was supposed to be coming out, but it got delayed because of the war situation. So, why is that in your PS5 backlog? Did you not play Horizon Forbidden West, GT7, The Last of Us when they released? Gaming is about actual playing games. Yeah, that's kind of true. Why is Horizon backlogged? If you haven't played that, then give your PS5 to someone that actually effing wants it. Did he? Let me read that comment again. That was the original comment. So he's saying these games are in his backlog. So Horizon Forbidden West and Gran Turismo 7. So yeah, I obviously didn't care too much about these games if they're in your backlog, to be honest. Last of Us is a fake remake. I agree with that statement. It is kind of a fake remake. We look at other remakes that came out. Then this guy says, "No one asked your opinion, you bootlicker Sony pony." Jeez. Imagine thinking a game is about AAA and exclusives. This guy's a clown. You must love your cinematics and quick time events. Sony's first party games are so good you wait months to play them. Interesting point, because he says these games are so amazing. They're so amazing, but they're in his backlog? Like, really? This game I'm really excited for. I'm going to play it day one, more than likely. So, for this game, I'm playing in my backlog. It's a game I probably wasn't that interested in to begin with. It's probably like you're sort of interested, but not fully like something you're just excited to play on day one. So, this statement just contradict each other so much. I guess they let anyone claim to be a journalist these days. Reply or block me, you fraudulent coward, and show the world how soft you are. I think console wars are incredibly stupid. I own all consoles, and Xbox is generally my preferred console when it comes to multi-platform games. But on the same foot, it's insane that Microsoft have failed to produce a first-party must-have since Halo Reach. That's kind of cap. Halo Reach, when is that? That came out like during the 360 generation. Like, what are you talking about? You say they have no first-party content since like the 360 generation. That's a bit of a stretch right there. This attitude is that a game machine is useless only if it only has AAA first-party titles on it. Is why we are where we are in the gaming space. AAA gaming isn't the end-all be-all of gaming. It really isn't. Less so as first-party titles. There are always games to play. Broaden your horizon. That is a fair criticism. 2023 must be the year that we must start to see the Xbox delivering heavy-hitting AAA releases. That begins with Starfield. If Pentiment sweeps all of these, I'm gonna keep it 100. They keep underestimating that game when it's like it is by a well-known studio. If that game does really well, then it's like people can be looking super solid if that game performs really well. That Pentiment game does really well. So people wonder why I game almost exclusively on the PS5. I don't need anything else right now. It's to the point where I put off building a PC for the third year in a row because I'm afraid it'll be $2,000 dust collector. PlayStation games lineup equals the GOAT. Really? Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna conclude it right here. I think a lot of these guys who comment are kind of delusional. I think this guy is super delusional as well. Apparently, only AAA first-party games matter. Nothing else matters in gaming. All of the amazing third-party games don't matter. All the amazing indie AA games don't matter. Just the first-party AAA games, the only thing that matters, apparently. So, once again, I don't know how this guy is verified, how this guy became a journalist, but this is this is what you don't want to see in journalism. A guy is a huge fanboy and biased towards just one company in the gaming industry. It's kind of embarrassing if you ask me, but definitely want to see your thoughts down below. Leave a like for this video. And as always, thanks for watching, and peace.